the defense attorney for Gregory and Travis McMichael. They've tried to present Arbery as a criminal all throughout the trial. This is Laura Hogue, one of Gregory McMichael's lawyers. She took it one step further, and this is what drew those audible gasps from the courtroom. Take a listen.
Turning Ahmaud Arbery into a victim after the choices that he made does not reflect the reality of what brought Ahmaud Arbery to Satilla Shores in his khaki shorts with no socks to cover his long, dirty toenails.
Assuming that this person, this lawyer, is a pillar of the community in Brunswick, Georgia, and this is a jury of their peers, what does this say about Brunswick, Georgia, and are we looking at something that may not be an open and shut case?
You know, it says a lot about Brunswick, Georgia, that, remember, she said, and we've heard this throughout her entire trial, she said, you know what, I'm one of you. She talks about her father being part of the community there, and I believe he was an insurance adjuster. And so for her to feel comfortable enough to say such disparaging words about a victim of a crime, to paint him as a savage lurking in the night with long, dirty toenails, that says a lot about her comfortability. And more important, I see that as code language to those other 11 white jurors that she says, I'm one of you. The McMichaels are one of you. I think that was code language that she was using, and what I hope to see, Del, is that someone will stand up in the legal professional community there in Brunswick and file a complaint against her. There are model rules for professional responsibility that govern this type of misconduct, because we have standards in our field, and that is unacceptable what we saw in that courtroom. And what they will look at is whether or not her behavior, her obnoxious, offensive behavior about a victim of a crime, if that in any way was prejudicial to the administration of justice in this case. And I'm telling you, my answer is a resounding yes, and someone needs to step up and file that complaint.
Laura, here's my concern, and it involves that one juror who may hang this trial up. It may be offensive to you, it may be offensive to me, it may be offensive to 80% of America, but if she knows of one juror who views Ahmaud Arbery, as you've heard the words used, vermin, cornered like a rat, if there's one juror who agrees with her, this trial is over.
I agree. You know, my biggest concern is that there's going to be disagreement amongst the jurors in terms of, for instance, Rhodey Bryant, what level of crime they should be held accountable for their actions, and that we're going to have a hung jury. I think if there was ever a wild card of a case, this is it, Del, and it'll be interesting to see if that one black juror holds out as well and says, no, Bryant is responsible as well. They're responsible for malice murder, not just aggravated assault. And so, again, time will tell, but the things are in motion, meaning it's very likely this will be a hung jury. And if so, we're going to go well past the Thanksgiving holiday.
Here to take a closer look at the trial, we're joined by attorney Ryan Jones and Shane Harris, a social justice activist. Also, our own Laura McNeal is back with us as well. And you know, when white people are put on trial for killing African Americans, the victim winds up on trial. This case, no different. Here is Ahmaud Arbery's mother, Wanda Cooper Jones. Take a listen.
I sat there for the last 2 weeks and let them dehumanize my son, who wasn't doing anything wrong the day that he chose to go for that afternoon job. And after he's deceased, they go as far as describing his toenails as being long and dirty.
So, Ryan, the race card was used, but not by the prosecution in this case, despite the objections of African Americans. It was used by the defense. This jury, 11 whites. Was it a good idea for them to resort to race?
I don't think so, not even remotely close. I believe the best strategy for the defense would have been to try to gain sympathy for the defendants. If that's your community members, you want to talk about the fact that he lives with you guys, you know him as a nice person, he's a father, their fathers are, you know, they've been a part of this community. That's the way you want to go. That's opposed to using incendiary language that triggers people and makes people mad, and now puts her in a position to where she might receive some professional misconduct claims, as Laura mentioned.
Shane, here's my problem, and this is a personal opinion. the prosecutor didn't paint Ahmaud Arbery as some type of animal or something subhuman, but she also didn't paint him as somebody that was an upstanding member of the community, somebody who was a mother's child that the community was rallying behind. Where are we on this? And I'll ask you to answer briefly because the judge is coming back in, so go ahead.
Yeah, I think it's very disgusting, the imagery she used of Ahmaud, even in spite of all of this and him clearly being the victim. She did not humanize him at all. Matter of fact, she dehumanized him. She went straight to, his toenails and his appearance, just as a human being. This was just disgusting and despicable that this attorney could use this kind of language, and I hope that somebody in her hometown in Brunswick brings brings misconduct charges against her, because I believe she clearly overstepped the bounds of what representing or lawyer would be doing in a trial.